She didn't just design buildings, she built entire worlds. Welcome back to my Historical Baddie series. Today's baddie is Julia Morgan. Born in 1872 in San Francisco, Julia was just that girl. Top of her class and excelling in math in an era when people barely believed women should be in classrooms, let alone solving equations. She studied engineering at the University of California, Berkeley, and here's when things started to shift. One of her professors basically told her, "You're too talented for this. You should be an architect." So she said, "Okay, let me just go to the best school in the world." She applied to the legendary École des Beaux-Arts in Paris, the Harvard of architecture at the time. Rejected. Applied again. Rejected. Now here's the thing, the program was about 5 to 6 years long and brutally competitive. Women weren't just discouraged from applying, they were actively blocked. So why did she finally get in on her third try? Because she scored higher than a lot of the men. At that point, they literally couldn't justify keeping her out anymore. And just like that, she became the first woman ever admitted. After school, she comes back to California, and instead of waiting for permission, she starts working with John Galen Howard, and then quickly becomes the first licensed female architect in California. Not long after, she opens her own firm. Alone, no male partner buffer, in the early 1900s. Let that sink in. Now here's where things really change. She gets introduced to Phoebe Apperson Hearst, a major philanthropist and one of the most powerful women in California at the time. Phoebe saw her talent immediately. She became not just a client, but a long-term patron, opening doors, funding projects, and trusting Julia with major commissions. That relationship really set the stage for everything. Julia goes on to design 700 buildings, and not just one style, she was versatile. We're talking Hearst Castle, which I just recently visited. Here's a little video of me. It was so gorgeous. The Asilamo Conference Grounds, the Berkeley City Club, Mills College campus buildings. And again, not just beautiful. Her engineering background meant that her buildings were meant to survive. So while men were busy doubting her, Julia Morgan was out here engineering buildings that could outlive them. She was even awarded the gold medal from the American Institute of Architects. It's basically the highest honor in architecture. Did she receive it while she was alive? Of course not. She passed away in 1957, and they didn't award this to her until 2014. Oh yeah, and she was the first woman to ever win the award. Julia was private. She never married and kept her life low-key, focusing on her craft, which is wild because her legacy only got louder after she was gone. Julia Morgan didn't just break into architecture, she was the blueprint. Thanks for getting curious with me, guys. See you next time.